what's going on, everybody? This is me, Maddox Sullivan, host here, Control Shift C podcast. I got my beautiful host here as well with me, Frequency Chemist, my guy City. We here to bring you some intelligent conversation, something in depth, something different, something new, something cool, something old, because we old, right? And
You old.
we just here to make you think a little bit, laugh a little bit, talk a little bit, shoot the shit a little bit, cry a little bit if you're feeling emotional. But I want to ask you real quick, is it okay to have a no, is it okay to say racist things though you have a mental disorder? So if y'all know what I'm talking about, remember what's happened over the weekend with the BAFTA situation. So is it okay to have a mental disorder and still be in the clear to shoot out racial things? Y'all tell me later on down the line. All right, y'all. This is Control Shift C podcast. Take it away.
We're going to talk about it. What's the deal?
Talk about it.
It's your boy City.
Yes, sir.
I am track athletes, real estate. I do it all. Also, dibble and dabble into day trading, in a few months. So call me a professional day trader. Boy, been working at it, So, yeah, man. What's good, Free?
What up, y'all? It's your girl, the Frequency Chemist, the one, the only. If you see another, let me know. It's a cease and desist coming their way. What's going on?
Okay.
I am a producer, composer, healer, sound healer. My legacy is in wellness, so mental health wellness. So I'm excited about this topic, actually.
Right on. Yeah, man. Well, let's go ahead and get down into it, man. Oh, I'm sorry. Y'all probably want to know who I am. I'm nobody, right? I'm just a guy who brings people together. I'm not a dot connector, but I do connect things together, if that makes any sense. All right. I'm Maddox Sullivan. You can catch me on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, the whole nine. But we'll get into that a little later. So I want to drop it down like this, man. We're going to start this thing off with quick takes, right? Quick takes, quick notes. And we're just going to throw things out there, tell you kind of what's going on in the world a little bit or what's going on in your personal world. I got to start off with, I'm a frequent traveler of Mexico. I love Cancun, right?
We
and
know.
man, I've been all over the world, but I love Mexico. And when I seen this stuff on the news the other day about they took down the head of the snake for the cartel. I can't remember the guy's name, but I know what I'm talking about. And the cartel gangs from all over just erupted and started killing folk. And I think they killed like 25 military personnel. And they started setting gas stations on fire. They disrupted transportation. They all the way in Cancun doing dumb stuff. Man, I'm like, wait a minute. What's going on? And I love Cancun, man. Cancun does no wrong in my eyes. I do know that they get crazy. They get a little crazy down there. I think one year I was coming from there. I was on the plane and news broke that they found 3 dead bodies in trash bags a couple blocks away from the hotel that I was staying at. Now, right now, I'm as dark as they come. I ain't bothering nobody, so I don't think they gonna be bothering me, right? I ain't on no drug stuff, so I wanted to talk about that a little bit, man. I know. City goes to. I
go to
he
Cabo.
frequents more Cabo anything. You talk about somebody's home, that's his home, right? Like he's got everything out there, right?
Look, man, if y'all want some place to go to in Mexico, you got to touch down to Cabo, man. Even right now with everything going on, Cabo's not on that list of do not go to, do not travel.
Man. Hold up, I don't know. I thought they said Baja California was on that stretch. Ain't Cabo
Yes,
on
but
Baja
Ensenada
California?
but it's a different part though. It's a different section.
He said
Oh,
area.
It's the safe section.
Safe section. I don't know, man. Sinaloa ain't that far, man. I don't know.
Sinaloa from Cabo?
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know.
That's good. And the Mexican cartel head's name is El Mencho.
El Mencho. Sorry, man. R.I.P. Respect to the dead. El Mencho. But man, you would think, right? You cut the head of the snake off, the rest of, powers that be will fall, fall to the ground.
Did you see the video where the cartel heads, the cartel clan or whatever, they had all that military grade equipment?
Yeah.
Did you
I
see
saw that.
with the tanks and the machine?
Yeah.
Like they look like military. I'm like,
Where you get a tank? Who just has a tank? Like,
a bulletproof
what?
tank. I'm looking
You
like,
gotta
is that the
understand they be having
military?
all them on payroll, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. I think
But
they got them on payroll too, to a
but that just
degree,
tells
right?
you how much money the cartel is bringing in to be able to afford all that stuff. Because they
Look,
had like 10, 20 tanks.
it
They
was a
had
lot, man.
100 plus people,
It was a lot, yo. It was a
AK-47,
lot.
AR, everything.
Look,
They probably
man,
got pipe bombs too.
I'm coming from. Go ahead. Oh, my bad. Go ahead, free. Go ahead, free.
No, I don't frequent Mexico like y'all do. I've been to Tijuana before, you know, it was an in and out situation. I haven't really hung out in Mexico like that. But I will say, and I'll speak from more of a spiritual standpoint. I don't know if you guys ever heard the term changing of the guard. All my spiritual community, y'all gonna know. Changing of the guard in a sense of saying there is a shift and a reckoning when it comes to leaders, in a
Okay.
sense, where things
Okay.
just change, whether it's for the good or the bad, only the
Uh-huh.
future's gonna tell. So I guess in a sense to also answer is like, dang, if you're cutting the head of the snake, wouldn't you think that the rest of the body will die off? But when you're looking at situations like this, you got to remember it's almost like it becomes a war because who's next for the seat?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so when
His
you're going through this changing of the guard, there's going to be a new guard and they're fighting for that move. So now it's like a war.
So
Because even the side where the leader was killed, there's probably somebody right under him that's like, "That's my seat and I'm keeping it." You know what I mean?
yeah,
yeah, I figured that much, but the way they came out of the woodworks, you would think like they all like, hey, ain't no head. I'm the leader. This my section. I got this one, like bunch of turf wars. You know what I'm saying? But it's just
Yeah,
like,
but I
come
mean, I say
on.
it's
I
it's
mean,
new to us. It's news to us, but I guess when you're in the inner circle, I'm pretty sure this is something that's probably been brewing
uh,
for a while.
yeah,
Something
I
that
mean,
big?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know if y'all watch a lot of like narco shows
Hell no.
and docuseries. Like, I am an avid watcher of those, and most of them are all in Spanish, right? But they got the
Mm,
subtitles. There's a hierarchy to everything, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So regardless of if the leader gets knocked down, the next guy in line, he's taking it,
Right. I
you
mean,
know,
that
Mhm.
goes to her point. Yeah.
and all the soldiers, they fall in line. Like, yo, he's next
Mhm.
leader, this, down, the other. There's no like ego, like, no, it's me because it's the respect factor. You got to earn that
Yeah.
seat.
Hold on, wait a minute though. Wouldn't there be an ego though? Because like
Now
I look at it like when you
it's
talk
a
like
business,
true, but when you look at like gang culture, right? Or mafia, right? Gang culture, mafia, all
right?
that stuff, right? There's always, yeah, I know that, such and such is gonna be the next guy in line.
Right.
However, you little young muscle right here, he been knocking heads off, he been doing everything we've been telling him to do,
He gets
and
promoted.
he might feel like he deserves a stake in that claim too of being the head. He's young, he's brash, he might have some smartness to him,
Hey,
but the other
that's
guy's
why.
like, boy, I've been around the block a little bit longer than you. I got my stripes. I've been with, this guy, this person, that person. I've been doing logistics. I done did this. I got the armory. I got all this, right?
Right.
And like, what makes you think you're gonna come over me? I would personally think like, okay, well, we're gonna have a battle off. I'm gonna shoot you and I'm gonna kill you, and then I'm gonna take that spot because this belongs to me, right?
But
Wouldn't
then
that
but
make
then
sense?
that's where your Babylon can crumble because at the end of the day, if the muscle don't have the brains,
Yeah.
then what are you leading?
Exactly. And that's what I'm
Okay.
saying. So the brash guy, he's the Sicario, right?
Mhm.
He's a killer. He doesn't have the brains to lead everybody,
Okay.
right? And that's what they praise El Chapo for, because El Chapo's brain and his mindset was next
Yeah.
level. It was next level. If you listen to his story, how he came on, he was the little guy who came up and he was trying to earn his stripes,
Yeah, wasn't he
right?
like didn't they catch him like in the fields or something doing some
Yeah,
stuff, man?
and it's like he did some underhanded shit and cut some people down, but he
Mhm.
did it in such a way to where they're like, "Yo, Chapo's a man,"
Yeah.
right? And eventually he got promoted and everything, and then he became the big El Chapo. So you can't just be a Sicario and then be a leader. It's like, Sicario has its own place, right? It's
Mm.
like you're the killer,
Yeah.
right? And that's what
Yeah.
you're gonna be, and that's it.
Okay. Maybe I need to
Mhm.
immerse myself in some of these like narco-esque type films, man. I seen Sicario. That was a good movie,
I mean,
man.
They're
it's
they're
interesting how you but here's the crazy thing about it, and this is why people make this reference, but in a sense, I understand both sides when people kinda choose the streets over business, but it operates the same.
Yeah,
You have your
absolutely.
same hierarchy, you have your CEOs, your
exactly
management, your workers.
percent.
It all operates the same. It's either fast money or slow money, I guess you
Huh?
can say. Because when you're doing things legitimately, you're gonna put out more money than you're
Yeah.
gonna start getting back. When you're doing fast money, illegal money is gonna come faster, but it may not last as long, obviously, because it's illegal.
Man, I'm trying to be like Pablo. Like, hey, I got money buried underneath all my houses, man. I'm
Yo,
taking care of the community. I'm about to turn into Bumpy Johns. I got turkeys. Sell turkeys. I'm going to the hood, drop
Pablo
off turkeys. I'm selling turkeys,
Pablo is
baby.
next
Listen,
level.
I tell you, you watch them I forget who it is because like I said, I'm a true crime buff on all ends. So I like watching black true crime,
Me
listening to
too.
black true crime podcasts and stuff like that. And I forget what episode it was or what podcast, but it was like they were talking about this black guy who really came up in the game. And I think he was working amongst all of them. But he just
Word.
became a big millionaire. He made it, and I know he was out of like New York or something like that. I cannot remember his name, but we talking about early, like we talking about 80s, 70s, 80s
Yeah.
This
era.
this you said this was a podcast or this was a show?
I think this was a true crime podcast where I
True
heard
crime
about it.
pod. Some people have been telling me I should tap into some true crime
Yo,
podcasting,
Oh,
but
true crime's the shit. That's my shit.
some old psycho learn how to kill
You
somebody.
got
But because like,
it's a
yeah, yeah. I love true crime.
I
yeah,
love it.
I
I feel
do,
like
man. Docu-series, true crime, all that. I can sit there and watch them day in, day out.
yeah.
Like I love,
Yeah, all day.
See, I
and like,
I went to my first live podcast. It was a true crime. Shout out to Sisters Who Kill.
man, wow. Okay, so the only like podcast like that I can't even call it true crime, but who got me into podcasts is a group called the Read. Y'all remember the Read, right? Y'all remember the Read? Anyway, look,
What
y'all ain't
kind of
I think
black.
I've
pod? What's
heard of
like
them
Y'all
though.
okay?
y'all y'all ain't black. Y'all ain't black enough. That's why
If
y'all
it's
know
a
what the
love
Read.
podcast, I'm not gonna hear about it. I tell you
Nah,
that now.
man. Nah, the Read is and I should know their names because I listen to it a lot. I used to listen to it a lot. But like they talked about just about everything, but kind of
Mhm.
really emphasized on like the black culture and like, what it is. Not what it is to be black, but they talked a lot about black things. A gay guy and a female. I guess it don't matter if he's gay or not. But they was talking about some deep stuff, man. And like I really vibe with that. I don't know if they still come on. They used to throw parties too out here in LA, the swimming pool down there by the
Oh, that was
what's called the A Hotel or something down there by the airport. They used to come in
I
town and they would
remember
throw.
that hotel. Is that still in there?
Yeah, I have no idea, man. I'm old now. I
That's
don't do too
fire.
much partying. I don't do too much partying like that no more. But if I was to ever like dive into these true crimes, dude, I feel like what if like I'm at my worst and I'm start listening to these shows and now I'm taking a deep dive and now I'm that motherfucker they talking about.
Man, you got to
I'm
be
that
stronger than the
motherfucker.
shows, man. You got to be
I'm
stronger than the
like,
shows.
I'm like that, but y'all. Well, I don't know if y'all was here in LA. Y'all remember that dude, Chris Dorner, the
Yeah,
fucking the former deputy. And he went around exposed, letting them know like how corrupt the sheriff department was, and he went on that rampage. Yeah, this is here. This was 10 between
Yeah, no,
2011
I
and
wasn't into
13.
it.
I can't remember the exact year, but Chris Dorner, he's a household name, man. What if I turn out to be like that? That's why I can't watch them shows. I got one of them
Yeah, I haven't been to it.
absorbing personalities, man.
Absorbing stuff. Listen, if that's how you feel, don't watch Blacklist. That's my current binge.
Was that on
I've been
Netflix?
Blacklist,
Ain't
binging
it?
Blacklist. Boy,
That's still on
I feel
Netflix?
different when I be coming out. I'm in season 8.
but
I'm almost done.
but Blacklist is
Man.
not
I feel
necessarily
different.
true crime though. It's more of like a
It's not
drama
true
show,
crime, but it make you
right?
think like because I the way I look at shows like this, like I'm aware that it's scripted and it's fake,
Yeah.
but like the imagination, it's art imitates life.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And so when you think about and you hear about stuff that goes on in real life, because obviously we all like watching documentaries and stuff like that, and you hear about certain things and then you watch a show like that, it's like, yo, some of this stuff really be happening.
Yo, for sure. For sure. For sure. That's why I play a lot of video games. RPG. Shout out to GTA. Shout out to GTA because life really be happening. I'll be creating my real true crimes for sure. You understand? For sure. But no, that's real. I may have to tap into that stuff,
Yo,
man.
man, I'm telling you, true crime, it really makes you think a little bit. And
It
then
does.
and then you start diving into some of the black true crime stuff and understand how like the system works. And the system is shit. I'm telling you, it's
Well,
Yes.
super easy. Like it's super easy to get in, but to try to get out, 20 plus years.
that's
Even
that's
though the DA and everybody knows you're innocent. They're like,
oh, for sure.
well, we don't want to look bad. We don't want to get sued or have to pay millions of dollars. So this is our
Man,
guy, even though we know that the real guy is out on the streets. This is our
right.
guy.
Yeah,
Well,
and
like
a
I
lot of
said,
times they want the catch. They don't want to do the paperwork. They want the catch because that goes on that whatever the quota, whatever that is, that
Yeah, that shit
the
baffles
political
me,
side of
yo.
it.
you think it's a quota for real? Like when
Absolutely.
you hit
Listen,
out.
all I'm gonna say is I've been around some ex cops, so
Okay,
street
I think
level
that
is
they've told us,
definitely a
yeah,
quota.
I know
But
there's a
and on
quarter.
a higher level, of course,
there's quotas when it comes to holidays and they serving up these speeding tickets. I know it's quota
Yeah,
for that. But do y'all
yeah.
really like we three black folks, we've all had our experience with the justice system, whether directly or indirectly. You really think like when if you were a person to get on that side of it and you at this courthouse and you getting hit for a high profile charge, you really think, even though you innocent, you really think they trying to meet a quota?
Wouldn't even call it a quota. I mean, at that level, I wouldn't call it a
yeah,
quota
yeah.
as
I think
much
they're trying to
as
railroad you.
a catch. I would call that more of like this is we want to be able to say that us as cops landed a catch. Because think about it, the juris like the legal system in general.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds bad if something big happens and there's nobody was caught.
Yeah.
Right.
We need somebody.
They need to hold
Now,
someone
as
accountable.
black folks, they're gonna point at us. If they have an opportunity to point at us, there's always a fall guy. Now, it's gonna be a black person. Or if it's not a black person involved, they're gonna take the bottom of the barrel and be like, he's the one that's gonna take. And a lot of times these corporate Fortune 500, these people with all this money, they have their fall guy. If something ever goes down with the things we're doing, because we're trying to make fast money as well as
Bruh.
laundering it through the real stuff, this is the fall guy. This is the one. Have y'all ever? What was the movie? Was it Fun with Dick and Jane, or what was one of those movies? I think it was Jim Carrey. It was one of those movies where it's like this big Fortune 500 company, and before you know it, everything just kind of crashed down. But he was the one designated to take the fall. He
I'm
didn't
not.
know it
Yeah.
until the FBI starts showing up. But they always have a fall guy, the person they don't care about. That's just
Yeah.
how the system works.
Usually people who aren't affluent, people who don't got no money, people who have no
They're
family or
always
whatever. Right, exactly. It's like we just railroad this person and they can't fight us back.
Can't fight us
right.
back. So
If they don't have
we
the money or the means,
Right.
this is our groupie. And
right.
groupies they do anything. They're gonna kiss your ass and until they can't.
I love a good groupie, boy. I tell you, I love a
I'm
good
sure you
groupie.
do.
Don't be because groupies can bring you down too.
Absolutely, man. This is why what you say. You just keep your friends close, but your enemies even closer. Absolutely. Groupies are the enemies, man. But you ain't hear that from me though. You ain't hear that from me. You ain't hear that from me, man. Since,
Hey, them
since we,
groupies
si-
though.
yeah, since we on this topic about crimes, man. I know y'all been watching the news, and I'm pardon my stupor, but I haven't been watching any of the news over the last weekend though. But this Samantha Guthrie situation, lady out of Arizona, her mom just get kidnapped, right?
I
You
haven't
Mhm.
guys
tapped
hear?
into that.
Man, this
I know
got to be
about
the
it,
Haven't
but I
I
haven't
saddest
tapped
haven't
thing.
into it.
followed it heavy, but I know about it.
Man, this got
Right.
to be the saddest thing. And I would hate to have my mama get dropped off at her house at around 9:30, 9:45 at night to wake up at around 2 in the morning and find out she abducted. What the
Like
fuck?
that. Okay, so fill me in
Taken.
if y'all guys have the information. 'Cause all I know is that something about the ransom note said something. They wanted their payment in Bitcoin.
Yeah, cryptocurrency. I'm sitting there
Right.
like,
Or crypto rather. But the thing is, so who is this woman? Is she a
so she's the mother of a famous personality host. She's on I forget what show it is. But she's very famous. She's based out here in LA, but she's from Tucson. And
Mm.
I want to say, is it The View? What's Good Morning America? One of these shows, one of those shows. I think it's Good Morning America. And Samantha Guthrie she's a TV personality. And somebody decided one day, I'm gonna follow your mama home. Or I'm gonna no, I take that. Let me rewind a little bit. I believe that they were casing the neighborhood for a while. And
They gotta be.
they figured out, okay, we could get a lot of money from this. Now, I don't want to create no conspiracies. I know there's a lot of information out there.
Allegedly, everything's
Yeah.
alleged.
Yeah. Thank you. And it's like, hey, it's Sunday, it's 9 something, it's 1 in the morning. We got our big fish. We got our fish. Now let's go get the bigger fish. And then they started sending out these ransom letters and notes. They sent one to TMZ. I'm like, wait a minute. How the
I
hell
saw
what the
that.
fuck? You sent a ransom letter to TMZ? Now, TMZ, which I appreciate, they didn't go into detail on the letter because they shouldn't be doing that, right? TMZ, I appreciate them for
Yeah,
that.
and they're quick to want that camera
Oh
time, but they
yeah.
like,
Oh
no, this
yeah.
is
Like this is for
somebody's life is on the line
real.
for real,
Yeah.
actively. This ain't post,
Actively.
whatever.
Right. And now, right, it's been like I think 3-4 weeks or something like that. I think
Yeah.
it'll be 4 weeks next week. She got picked up on like January 31st. And they still ain't got her, right? And I'm like, wow, dude, like you say, I got a deadline on a Friday. All right, you didn't make the Friday deadline. Now I'm going to Monday. All right, you didn't give me my crypto on Monday. And now the family's coming like, look, we gonna pay you. We're gonna give you what you asked for. You just need to show me that my mom is alive. Show me proof of life. I don't know if I don't, from my understanding to this day, I don't believe they showed her proof of life yet. But this is an
Well, my
84 years, she's an
mom
84, 85-year-old woman. She already had health problems. They found
right.
blood. They found blood at the house, all these things, right?
Oh,
And
And
they said it was her blood. So
so a
she
woman
might,
that's old enough might mess around. They may not have killed her, she might have could have had a
yeah.
heart attack. Some distress levels, and
yes, man. I hate to say it, but I don't know if this woman's alive, man.
if
Like
they didn't show proof of
I
life and
don't,
they
that
want their money,
sucks.
a smart criminal's
Yeah.
going to show proof of life, whether it's over the phone or on camera. They're going to show you something. If they
And
haven't
what's
showed anything, I hate to say it, but it's looking dark.
Yeah.
and what's crazy about it is
And I'm
that
gonna go even further and just be like, I don't even feel like she was like off. I'm gonna mind my words because I don't want us to get,
Right. We won't get
demonetized.
in trouble. We won't get
But
in trouble.
I don't
yeah,
want to get us to get demonetized on the first episode.
unalived.
Right. Unalive. I'm not gonna say she was unalived more than now that I know her age. It's like it's giving hurt and didn't make it. Could have possibly, not saying hopefully she's alive.
Right.
But it's like you
Yeah,
didn't show proof of life yet. It's not giving.
it's just sad, man.
What's
It's
crazy
just
about it is that
sad.
these criminals are asking for payment in Bitcoin, thinking that it's untraceable because ideally, Bitcoin is kind of not traceable, but it really is
Right.
traceable.
You at some
It's
point,
traceable, but that lets you know how smart and how dumb a criminal is. Because smart criminals will know
yeah.
that from the time that crypto has started to now,
Mhm.
it's traceable. Why? Because the government the gangster government, want they piece. They want they cut. And when they realize how much money is flowing through crypto, they said, oh
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
we want
Well,
our cut. And that started
also,
happening, what, 2-3 years ago? So yes, it's very much traceable.
Yeah, I feel like my bad. Go ahead.
no, I'm just saying it's traceable, but it's not easy because there's a documentary on Netflix where this YouTuber actually, boy and girlfriend, they hacked this bank for some odd, I don't know, 30, 40 million,
Mm,
and they transferred
Mm.
it via crypto. And they're sitting there partying on YouTube and doing all these different things. And it's like they thought that they couldn't get caught. It took them probably about 4 years to get caught, but
mm.
the hack was so sophisticated that they were like, "This kid, he's smart, but he's not that smart to be able to do this." Now, come to
Yeah.
find out, his dad is also a hacker. His dad had done something very similar back in the 90s, so they traced it back. It's
But
like
that's the
he
90s though. You know
he
what I mean?
couldn't do this. It's like it's got to be his dad. So they went through the whole rigmarole and found out it was actually his dad's coding based off like how he coded it and stuff and like how he
Mm,
hacked it. But it was a guy and a girl. They were like in their early 20s,
yeah.
and they
You
were
said
just
this on
partying on
Netflix?
YouTube.
I might have saw that.
Yeah, yeah. And it's
I've
like
seen a
they
couple
they were
things.
actually popular on YouTube. Like they had hundreds of thousands of followers. but they're over there
Yeah.
flaunting and doing all sorts of
And
craziness. I'm
that's
just
where they
like,
mess
you,
up too, because it's always that they always get caught because they wanna glisten.
yeah.
Shut up and go
I'm
live
like,
your life quietly.
y'all just robbed the bank and y'all still posting every single day like you have
First of
normal
all,
lives.
like, how about the first thing you do is go launder it? Nobody thinks of that? Go launder your money.
Look,
But okay, so
I'm not
the
trying to give
issue
advice
is
to criminals,
no, no,
but
no,
I'm
no.
just saying.
So the
you
issue
sure
is
about that?
no. So the issue is because it was in crypto, they could not launder it because once they move a certain amount, it gets traceable, right? So it
Yeah.
was in
Mhm.
that account for literally 4 to 5 years, and they couldn't touch it.
Wow.
So yeah, it like
Greedy.
y'all got to watch it.
Man,
It's a dope docu series, but yeah,
That's crazy. Imma have to look that up if it's still on there.
I just looked up Bitcoin's dollar amount right now and it's $64,000.
oh yeah,
It
I
went
know
it
down.
plummeted.
it's been
It
down
plummeted
tremendously.
crazy.
Now I don't
Hey,
know
step
how
closer
many
to the mic.
coins. Oh my bad, I'm sorry. I don't know how many coins that they are wanting to have with this ransom. But you trying to tell me a person's life is valued at a minimum 64,000? You in the wrong business, my guy. like you in the wrong business, man.
Nothing's more untraceable than
Sixty-four
cash at this
thousand
point.
per
You
At
coin.
this point.
per coin. So what you fighting for? 5 coins?
Listen,
That's
don't
still
don't
that don't get you $1 million, man. Like, come
No,
on.
Imma be straight up with you. Give me mines in cash, okay? I will
Like,
sort it myself. Don't give me
like,
nothing with a digital
like,
trace
like
at
these
all. Not a
these
computer, not a bit, a boy, or nothing. Give me cash.
I just don't I just don't get it. Like why when you what when you
they ain't got
wake
nothing to
up in the
do.
morning, when you wake up in the morning and you like, you know what, today I want to go kidnap a senior citizen just because. And you know what? Oh, it just so happened to
Man,
be
they
this
thought
rich
about that
lady.
for a while.
Oh, well, her daughter's rich, so let's get some money from that. And then 4 weeks go by and you like, damn, I still ain't got my
I'm not
money.
sending it.
You fucking idiot. You was never gonna get your money, man. Like, come on. You're
Crazy.
not gonna make it out wherever you are. And I hope you see this. Wherever you are, just turn yourself in. Okay?
Turn yourself in because
Just
you stupid.
turn
You're
yourself
not gonna make it
in,
far.
man. Like,
The
Crazy.
it's
longer
not
you
worth
go, the
it.
longer you gonna be in jail. Just turn yourself
Yes.
in and say sorry.
Please do.
Just say
Turn yourself
sorry.
in, say sorry,
Say
face the
sorry.
consequences,
Like, you right.
drop her
I'm
off.
done. You're smart.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
had
yeah.
a mental disorder. I just, yeah,
Something's wrong with me. My mind is messed
Plead
up.
plead the fifth, like, oh, what's it called? Okay, who was what you call a case when he was acting a fool? What was it? A rapper just had the crazy case, and one of his boys was up there in a witness stand. That he was up here like this.
Fucking
His
Young Thug, right? Young Thug, that whole situation.
yeah, oh, young,
boy was up there like, y'all
yeah,
crazy, man. I don't know what you talking about, man. Right?
Shit. Like, boy, you was watching too. Don't be a menace in society with drinking juice or whatever that Marlon Wayne movie is, man. He was drinking too much of that. He was watching too much of that. That's hella
Wait,
funny, man. But like speaking of like disorders, that's crazy how we just transition.
segue right into it.
Y'all
Yeah.
niggas go.
man,
Y'all pretty good at this podcasting
man,
shit, right?
man. And hey, let's do this.
But it's like it's what I posed earlier, right? What makes you, if you have a mental disorder, do you still get wiggle room or are you still able to say certain things, in this case, say racist things, and not have any consequences, no repercussions, right? So for a little bit of context, at the BAFTA Awards, it was over the weekend, yeah, BAFTA Awards over the weekend, Michael B. Jordan and my man, Delroy Lindo, OG in the house. They was getting up there I want to say they were presenting an award to somebody, or they were accepting or presenting, one of the two.
Yeah,
An older, obviously it was in the UK. Older white gentleman. He apparently had Tourette's, and he just blurted out the N word as well as the B word. Everybody heard it, and Michael B. Jordan and Mr. Delroy Lindo, they handled it like true professionals, right? But to take it back, he has a mental disorder, right? Or he has a mental disability, and it's Tourette's, right? Where are we able to draw the line to say enough is enough? We should not. This is 2026 in the UK of all places, right? I mean, I know race. Trust me, I'm a frequent Londoner, right? I know racism exists there, but it's like at that type of stage, right? You don't really necessarily see those things because they are very accepting of Black art of all forms, especially in the film world in the UK. But to see that on that platform, like where do we draw the line at? Not just in UK, but I'm talking anywhere, right? Where do we draw the line to like have these types of outbursts and to not have any sympathy for these people and say, no, you're an adult. Like you should not be doing that. I don't care if you got a bipolar, Tourette's, or whatever. You shouldn't be doing this. Enough is enough. Where do you or where can we draw the line at, right? And say, no, you're
Mhm.
responsible.
I
So let
mean,
me let me hop in if I can real
uh,
quick because I want to
yeah,
jump down a quick rabbit hole. Everybody grab my hand. We're jumping down a rabbit hole.
All right, I got you.
all right.
So for in the sense of mental health and wellness, because I want to be mindful as a mental health advocate to other people who have Tourette's because
Uh-huh.
I obviously don't have it. I used to work with someone back in 2006 that had it. So I've seen Tourette's actively, but and I remember in that timeline how people would joke of the cussing and the yelling and stuff, but from what I bear witness to the person that had Tourette's that I worked with, it was never that. It was more just like a physical tick with a little like grunt. I
Mhm.
never seen words spouted. However, not to see because I've also went on the side of TikTok somewhere where people have tick issues where they're
Mhm.
like whistling and doing things with their hands and
Yeah.
saying words the same way. So with that being said, all of my folks out there with this level of mental health disorder, please by all means comment so that we can learn together. When you
Preach.
have these symptoms and you're spouting out words, in this case, you have a white man spouting the N word. Is that something all my doctors and medical people tap into? Is that something that comes from something embedded within you, your
Mm,
own experiences? Are you spouting and having moments based on that? Because obviously, the N word is a word that exists with white Americans. We know the history, everything. So when you have white people who are spouting this word with a disorder, is that something that's coming from something he would never say if he didn't have the disorder?
yeah.
Or are
Yeah.
you showing your true colors? Because if that's the case, then absolutely there needs to be a line drawn because you know that you have this disorder. You know there is an issue. This is the part where my psychiatrist and my therapist need to tap in with people who when you work with someone like that who has a disorder, it is your job to be like, you can't be in places like that because it's going to
100%.
be a problem.
We was just talking about that before we got on here to say like, yo, you know this person is unhinged, if you will, off the rip, right? Why you bring this man or woman out like this? Like they need to stay at home. You know, at any given second, something will trigger them, right?
Right.
Mhm.
And you pick this stage to bring them out. I'm like, I feel like they're whoever, lack of better terms, their handler or whoever they had, right, to accompany them to the place. It should be like, nah, I think such we may have to sit this one out. You know, lately, your episodes have been kind of more frequent. So,
Right.
Yeah.
let's keep you at home
Are
today,
are
right?
black people and you said the key word, trigger.
Yeah.
Is that are black people your trigger? The same way someone with PTSD will hear fireworks and it's a trigger
They
to
think they
something
back in the
else.
war, you know what I'm saying? Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So
Right,
if
right,
seeing
right.
black skin your trigger, then you don't need to be in an award ceremony
Yeah.
like
You
that.
You
know,
don't need to be in any
and
capacity.
that's the reason. And like me and Max were speaking of earlier off camera, I feel like we should blame the people around him and not
Mm,
so much him. Yes, he's got it in him, but there's certain ticks that he cannot control. Unlike with
Mhm.
us, we know exactly what we're saying and everything, but him, he just spouts it out. And they said that he spouted out more than that. Like I think he said it 3 times, and the award show bleeped it twice, but
hey,
There you
whoa.
that's getting
Hey,
edited out.
Here we go.
whoa,
Ancestors tap
whoa,
in. Ancestors
whoa,
tap in. We
Yeah.
on
whoa,
air. We
whoa.
on
Hey, hold on. Hey,
Hey,
whoa.
we were
ancestors.
on
Hey,
uncut.
Ancestors got something to
man.
say. What's up,
Hey,
ancestors? They got something to say.
I don't know if it was the ancestors.
So ABC said that they bleeped it out twice, but not the third time. So BAFTA, we're like, yo, hold on. Why didn't you bleep it out the third time?
The third time.
So you
Yeah.
guys allowed it.
There's a black person on the bleep button.
Or
He said,
not
"No, I'm gonna
even
let one of these go."
what not even that. Like if they now I don't know how, now obviously we don't know how far apart it was, but if it was some time between each N word, right?
Yeah.
You
Mhm.
should have had that man removed after the first one.
That
Like, I'm
well,
sorry. He should
before
have been
that
Well, if
he
it's
even
removed.
back to back, then it's you know what I mean.
If he
before
going
that he said
N word, okay. But if he
no,
going
no.
N word,
It's like,
5
"Sir, come
minutes.
with us, please. Where's
Yeah.
security?"
Thank you, security. Where y'all
So
at?
from the reports, before he even said all that, he said something about the Palestines and like other things.
He just
Yeah.
flipping
Like,
off.
he should have been out of there. He should have been
So
out
this
of
was
there
kind
then.
of going on all night. It wasn't just like
Right.
those incidents, right?
So well, check this out. Is it Tourette's or this man really watching the news and he trying to get his rocks off on national TV, to be racist, right?
You
Like
know,
it's
To go
it's
that far, I would just still go as far as it could be a trigger. And if you're triggered in this award ceremony, you should have been escorted out.
so
it could be,
he
but see, me in my head, sometimes I look at certain situations, I'm like, are they doing that and kind of masking it as their Tourette's just to get those words off?
Possibly.
Because you see, something's like, yo, because everybody knows he has, you know, the mental disorder and everything. So can he just be like, oh, you know, I'm on TV. Let me say this out loud. And like, oh, it's my Tourette. Sorry. So like my mind kind of goes to those places like, yo, like
So here's the
what's really
fine
going
line.
on?
So here's the fine line then. And this is what I'm looking at it. This is a conclusion I'm drawing. Do you, as a network and as a company and everything, do you draw the line in we don't want to remove this person because we don't want any trouble with the disabled world? Or do we remove this person or not remove this person because we don't want any trouble with African Americans and cultural world?
yeah.
Where's your line?
So I see where you at, and I'm gonna take it like this. Why did we have to label his personal transgressions instead of just labeling it what it was? This man yelled out the N word and the B word that we heard, right? We heard, right? The N word and the B word. Why are we like, oh, well, he had Tourette's, so kind of give him a little bit of pass, but just let him
With
know,
no
like, well, he had
consequence.
Tourette's.
I feel
Thank
like a
you.
consequence should be in there of some sort. You need to be
Period.
escorted out. Let's start there. Don't leave
Yeah,
him in here,
100%.
especially if it
Something.
happened multiple
Escorted out.
times.
I don't care if you
We're gonna
got
start with it being
Tourette's.
escorted out, and then we're gonna address it.
Dude, I don't care if you got Tourette's, if you autistic, if you bipolar, whatever. You just hit the pipe and now you seeing it all, right? I don't care. Like you said this on a TV, on a network, on an award ceremony at the highest level representing your country. I don't know if he's British or not. I don't know, but it was in the UK, right? And you choose that moment. You bring up Israel, the Palestinians, you have another moment, and then the moment that everybody decided to show was when two prominent black men on TV or, in that space presenting their award or presenting, being presenters, and you air that. That's what you show. That's what is
That's
shown,
what you.
right? This
That's
wasn't
what
from
your Tourette's
nobody's,
wanted to yell
this
out.
wasn't from a cell phone video. Nope, no. This was captured footage from your award show. So if you bleep the previous two out, why didn't you just pick this or say, hey, sir, let's go, right? 1, 2, 3, or after 2, all right,
Or
let's
who
go.
or what's the background of this man? Maybe they've been waiting to expose him.
Well, they gave the background. He's got Tourette's.
No. I mean the
Like, that's
man
their
himself.
background.
No, I'm talking
I
about
think
who this person is. Like maybe he's an asshole in life, and they've been waiting to expose him.
think he's also up for an award, and that's also why they
Yeah,
might have
he's
left him.
got, yeah, he's somebody.
Yeah.
And pardon me, because I didn't dig too deep in who that man was. I don't care who that man is. The fact that what was said should have not been said, whether he's got
100%.
a mental disorder or not. I can't come to your house and shit on your couch. Why do you think we got to still have that same disrespect when we go across the world, right?
Right.
And the crazy thing is, I think
Well, I'm
Gilroy,
talking about a matter of them not bleeping that last one, the
they,
one that got
Yeah,
out. That's why I'm like, who's
that's
this man?
crazy.
It's
of
given that you was
course,
trying to expose him and you found the opportunity,
and you
which is it's
100%.
fine. By all means, bring it on. By all means, bring it on. I just like that's what I'm wondering. Like, well,
I
who are you?
just don't like the fact that they, like, yeah, he said the N word, but he's also got this mental disorder. This person killed somebody, but oh, he's suffering from mental illness. No, like, no, stop that. Like, this person said some things, and this ain't his first time, right? And it probably won't be his last, right?
But that's the
He's
world we
seen
live
plenty of
in.
black people to have had that spat, I'm sure.
I
You
mean, he
know,
The
was in his
award show
80s.
wasn't his first rodeo, but y'all let him in
for
there.
course, but
Shit.
of course, bro. Like, oh, well, we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna label it because he's got Tourette's.
I
And
think
no,
I
I'm
think it
sorry,
makes it
that's not
worse
happening.
because he's a white man in his 80s. So he's lived through all the racism and all that stuff, So it's embedded in him already, right?
Mm,
So it's not like he's, in his 20s or a teen or whatever, he's in his 80s.
He's 80-some-year-old man with
yeah.
the with
Them
with
the
with the
ones.
condition. With the condition.
Them the ones.
With the condition. Is he stuck in his ways? Probably. I
Clearly.
mean, after,
Clearly.
N-word,
100%,
B-word, N-word, B-word, like, come on, yo, like, and I respect both of them, Michael B and Mr. Delroy Lindo, for staying there. I mean, you could see in Delroy's, he was looking like,
Mhm.
I gotta keep going, y'all. This is just like on set, stuff happens, gotta
Yeah.
keep it going, and I commend their professionalism because
No.
my young butt, relative speaking to Mrs. Lindo, I would have been like, oh, I got your N-word. What's up, bro? Like, hey, don't let this suit and tie fool you, pal. Like, hey, I'm still a man just like you, and you can catch these hands, you understand? But that's just me, right? But I really commend their professionalism because, man, I don't know. I've only been called the N-word, I say twice in my life by somebody
Mm,
non-black. Very first time I was in Oklahoma. No, I take that back. Let me go back.
Oklahoma.
Rewind. I get there. I rewind back. I went back to visit Atlanta and it's cats I went to high school with. I'm not gonna name drop no names, but if Jordan Zachary's watching, he know what I'm talking about.
Hold on,
And
what?
he was like, I had to been like, I think I was going to my senior year of high school or something like that. And he just, we had this little spot, and he was just like, yeah, shut up, bleep. I was like, what? That was the first time, right? I don't really know how to act like that. I didn't know what to think, right? All my life, I've always heard
Throwing you
black
off.
people
It's
say that
like,
word, right? Right. I
we
mean,
know
I
what it
see.
standing for. What?
Yeah, like what? Like hold up here, what? And then the second time, I was in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and it was like right after New Year's or something, and we sitting at this. I don't know if it was a sundown town or what, but
What
Oscar, you know about Oklahoma. You know about
what year
Oklahoma.
was this?
Wait, you get
I was in
look.
college. I was in college. Me and two of our teammates, the Triple S crew, and we driving down to Tulsa, and me and no names, part of the Triple S crew, we was out there just chilling, and this little old Jeep Cherokee. It was an old Jeep Cherokee, and this white boy rolled the window down. Fuck you, nigger! And I'm like, oh, heck no. I'm running track. I'm trying chasing after it. That fool's like, hey, if you don't get your butt back here, you ain't catching these fools.
Yo,
So,
I had to think about. I
yeah,
was like, I
Yeah,
said
I
triple
think
S
that
crew.
you
Look at
don't really know how to react. Like my first experience with that was, I remember being young and being in a car with my mom. It was nighttime. We were going somewhere, and I guess my mom forgot to turn her lights off. And
yeah,
the car came out. This car came out, and this guy stuck his head out. He pointed at the car. He said, "Turn your lights off. Turn your lights on, N-word." And I was just
yeah.
confused. I'm like,
damn.
This
all
in
of that?
Philly? This up in Philly
This
where
is in
you from?
Philly.
Wow.
This is Philly. I'm like, and I was a kid. I was younger than a teenager. I was a kid still. And so I'm like, I remember just being confused. Like I understood the word. So I'm like, that was aggressive, but he was helping you out. I'm confused. Like you telling us to turn the light on, but you had to throw the extra flame on there. And then my second time, like having a sense of that situation was, this had to be around 2015, 16. I was dating this Lebanese guy. He actually told me that his friends were saying like white is right. In the
Dang.
sense of you
What?
shouldn't be dating her. She's black. White is right.
Yo.
Was his friends Lebanese too?
Yeah. Fellow Lebanese
Whoa.
people, all his friends.
Crazy.
White is right. And he just told me about it. And I was like,
Well, you know what, man? A lot of we've all been around the world, but like when you go to certain places, especially in like Latin American countries, hell, even Asian countries, right? They have like this, not complex, but they have like this theory like, yo, if it ain't white, it ain't right. You know, when you talk about from the Spaniards, you look at the Argentinians, and then, when you go to certain places in Asia, hell, in our backyard in the middle of Texas, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's places
Yeah,
like, and it's like, man, dude, like we've come along as an American country, right? And let's go. I'm going from the end of slavery to today. We've come a long way, but you can still
100%.
see we got such a far trek to go to really kind of see like wholeheartedly
I
some
don't
of
feel like
our
we'll ever.
ancestors' dreams being fulfilled, right?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, we got interracial dating. We got black men and white men business partners and stuff like that. We got a mixed race president type of thing. Yeah, but I'm talking
it
about
will
like
never be even.
holistically, man. It will
Yeah,
never
it
be,
will
bro.
never be even because the numbers are just too skewed. Especially
Yeah,
here in
and then I
America,
mean, also
it's just
think
too
about it. We're
skewed.
full circle now. Like, look
Yeah.
at it. We're full circle. Look who's running the country. We're full circle, and pretty much he's brought more comfort to the racist people, and now they all back outside. Like, yeah, we back.
Hey man,
Good.
look.
I'm glad you're back because your reckoning is coming, and now that we recognize you, stupid ass.
Hey, look,
Jesus
man.
Christ.
Hey, look. I'm gonna be honest. When Trump, I voted for Hillary. I vote for Hillary. But when Trump got in office, and just when that COVID thing hit, I ain't see no wrong in that man. Dog. I paid my car off. I had a
Wow, so that little
saving.
$1,400.
I had a savings account. I know, right? It's crazy. It's 2020. Like, hold up, man. I'm a 30-something-year-old man at that time. And I didn't have any savings. I'm like, yo, you know what? Trump might be a lot of things.
But see, that's
He
where people got
he put some
confused,
money in
especially
my
like
pocket though.
because it wasn't Trump that did that. It was Obama that did that, and it was still bleeding. Trump didn't have enough time in office to be
Yo,
able to do any changes for real.
it was not Trump. Listen to what's her name, Kamala
Yeah, man.
Harris. Listen to her book, and
She wrote a
she.
book.
Jesus Christ.
I ain't know she wrote a book. I'm still trying to finish Michelle's book. Shit.
Look, come
I ain't know she ain't know
listen.
Kamala wrote a book.
Listen to Kamala's book, and she will break down everything that her and Joe did and everything, and basically Trump took credit for it.
No, I'm talking about from 16,
2020
from
before Obama.
16. Yeah, this was when 16, right after Obama came in office to Trump got ready to roll out in 2020, right? Was that 2020 or 21, whatever? That's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. During
But
like
even
when
though even
COVID came
Obama
out.
says that, what's that
Yeah.
Obama did a thing. Well, it wasn't an interview. It was I guess I forgot where he was at, but it's on video. He's like, "Y'all think Trump did that?" He was like, "All he was running down
Yeah.
all the stats." He was like, "Trump ain't do that. I did that." You got to remember when a new president comes in, the facade that this new president is doing all the things, it's a facade because these things, these new bills, these changes, all it takes years.
Hey,
So
look, hold up.
unless you get
Yeah.
your second term and enough time in office to show
Yeah.
those changes take years to start to do the thing.
Right.
But did 2 terms.
Right. I
He
understand that.
come in trying to take claim Obama's work.
I
And
understand that.
Kamala was with that party as well, so
Look,
she was part of all of that.
I feel you. This is not a political podcast, by the way.
Not at
Just
all.
want to put that out there. All right. People got strong opinions and different views, etc. I hear everything y'all saying. I'm just telling you from my stupor, right? From where I was at 20, was it 2020? That's just where I was.
That was like
Do know, I do know that, there are some things that happen legislatively when we transfer powers from Barack to Trump. I know that there was some things like he kind of took credit for. And I don't want to derail back from the whole mental health issue, but I will say this last thing when that whole COVID thing took place, and I found out this was after I paid off all my bills and I had a savings account, and I saw that we can just print money and give to Wall Street, I was done with American government. I was completely done. Like, wait a minute, we can just throw $1 trillion to the stock market, but a nigga got $1 trillion in the country for student loans, and y'all can't give a brother a break? Hell no. That's when I was completely done with American politics, American money, all of that stuff. And I watch CNN every fucking day as well as ABC News too. but I'm done with dealing
Now
with
now
politicians, man,
now,
just from that.
did you ever think or feel like him giving us all those stimmies was basically him trying to win over the little guy, the people who call him a racist, the people who do all different things like, "Look, I just gave y'all some money to pay your bills, to do this and to do that." You
Absolutely.
know?
Because I seen a
I
lot of black people who don't know who misuse that little money
Right, who don't
and
know
start
nothing about
praising them.
politics. They're like, "Oh, yeah, oh, man,
Like,
Trump gave us
yeah,
this.
Trump
He"
gave me that little money. That
Right.
money didn't do he gave you a couple
He
dollars in your pocket that you did not use wisely, and now
he
you
won him
like
over.
X. And
He
that
won him
that's
over.
the smallest thing. Like, this is the point. This is what the point that we're making. Like, white people, like, you don't gotta give them much. Just give them $1,400. They'll be happy about you.
Hey,
Yeah.
look,
And
man.
you showing it.
Hey, look, that $2,000 every 2 weeks went a long way for your boy. I'm just saying.
That wasn't Trump though.
I'm just
That wasn't
saying.
Trump. None of
I
that was Trump.
don't know if it was because he wanted to, like, kind of appease the little guy. Hey, yeah, look what I did. Look what I did. I don't
Telling you.
know. And maybe I should open my eyes and look through that particular lens. And I'm not supporting Democrat or Republican or independent, right? I'm not supporting anything right now. What I'm saying is I didn't look at it that way. I'm like, yo, I got an opportunity to do something right with this extra money that I'm receiving. So I'm gonna build my stuff up. I'm gonna pay off
But
some
let me
debt
but
and
let me
I'm
ask you
gonna
something.
save some money. I'm still spending COVID. I'm still spending stimulus money.
Right, right.
What?
But let me ask you
From
something
my
though, like,
savings.
but like, did that put him in a different light for you?
No. And I told you, and I said why? Because when they was printing out that money for the stock market and we had this freaking student loan debt and they didn't want to even have conversation, I'm like, I'm done with y'all.
In
Thank
fact, they
you, but
stopped
no
it.
thank you.
Cause I was
Yeah.
up for the student loan forgiveness. And then I had to get the email saying, "Oh, they're stopping that, so but we got you
Nigga.
on the list."
Man, I'm sitting here like,
Crazy.
yo, okay, he canceling that out. Cool. Biden finna do that. He
They
finna
ain't
do
canceled
this, do
mine.
that.
Yeah, they
Soon
ain't
as soon
canceled
as they get to my
mine yet.
last name, them Sullivans, the S's, they're like, oh yeah, oh no, we going to injunction. We about to sue y'all.
Man,
All
they
the
ain't
red
canceling
states
none
was
of
like, yo,
mine.
we about to
Trust
sue
me, oh no,
y'all.
they stopped the way before that because I'm a J. If they going by the last name, I'm a J. Okay,
Time
I have a
Right,
out,
J
right.
in it.
the save plan with the SAVE plan or the save
Yeah,
plan.
yeah.
I'm like, yeah, they like, nah, we gonna hold on, my brother. Wait a minute. All right, let me rethink this and I get back to you. All right. You can defer your loans, you can be on for payment, all that stuff. But when we done,
But you gonna hold that debt.
you gonna pay that shit off. All that all 10,
Listen,
15,
and you know
20.
what? And I put it on both sides. I'm putting that on these folks, the politicians and all them, and I put it on them hacker sides too. All y'all people doing evil, because quite frankly, not all superheroes wear capes. Okay, if you
Yeah,
a
look.
hacker, why you hacking experience? Stop hacking experience. Hack the folks and wipe it. Okay, you
Look,
hacking on the
man.
wrong end.
That's what I
Okay.
be saying.
You hacking on the wrong gang. Can
I
you
got
reset the whole thing if since you so good at what you do? Since you so good at what you do,
hey, hey,
do it where it matter, okay?
I can't even argue with that, man. Cause when I heard that shit, I was like, hold up, nigga, you hacked the government, my nigga, and you
Bruh,
couldn't hack
Experian been
you
hacked
couldn't
so
get in the
many
heart.
times.
I know.
Why is my credit score not 850 at this point?
Look, man, that's all I want, dog. Look, man, I'll buy you lunch for a year, man, if you could do that.
Listen, you hack the credit and
Yeah,
reset where it need to
like
be. I got you,
Reset.
boo.
like
I got you.
credit
Whoever's watching, I got you. DM me. The
credit is
Day
name is on
one.
the
fine.
screen.
Credit is fine, but if you can eliminate these student loans for me,
These
please,
debts and everything.
please,
Hey, reset my
Listen, because
please.
joint. Like
and
I
you
ain't got
gotta
no
play the game.
bills.
You gotta play the game because some debt is good. You gotta have a little bit of debt because that's how the game works. You gotta have a
Just
little bit of
knock
debt.
knock
Give
my
the
thing,
stu
knock
but you know
knock
what?
my
I'd rather
debt
have
down
student loan
90%.
because I will and whether this is I'm not a financial advisor at all. That's my disclaimer. However, just over time, I will say that I've gotten further having only student loan debt and no personal debt. I have
Mhm.
gotten further with just student loan debt
Yeah.
and
Because it
not
don't really
having
matter.
person.
I mean, the student loan debt really doesn't matter when it comes to credit situation.
It gives you more leeway. Now, some things they're like, you got the little, you know what I mean? But at the same time, they're gonna look at the credit cards and all that type of stuff before they look at them student loans.
100%. Because
Yeah,
everybody got student loans, damn near.
everybody got
Okay, and
student
this
loans,
this
man.
this our realtor down there saying it.
Everybody, yeah,
Mhm.
I'm
I'm telling you.
I just want them to clear, if you say, "Hey, look, we'll clear out 90%," I'll pay the other 10, no problem. Shit, I'll take out a loan to pay the other 10. I don't give a fuck.
Mhm.
I just want you to just get rid of this so I can never see this again, ever. Hey, I'm okay with that.
Just clear it. Just clear it. I'm tired of looking at it. Clear it.
Clear with that.
Clear it.
Don't so I don't know, man. But
Yeah,
anyway,
let's
to get
switch
back
gears real
to
quick, man. Let's lighten things up a little bit, right? We talking about student loan, we talking about all the different things. I
I know
want to get
everybody
to
like, oh,
look. I want to get to some juicy shit, right? 50 and Ti.
I've been seeing the ATL
And
movie themes going around.
I
we
just
Little
saw
gotta
Big
it
Brother.
get
today.
on 50 and
Rolling.
Ti.
I just saw it today.
Yo, so from
50
what
is
is it?
Mr. Petty Magoo.
Has 50
Listen,
re- ha- has 50 himself actually responded?
What you mean?
I
Has he
haven't I haven't
responded? Of
seen I
course he
haven't seen
responded.
his response, but I've been
What?
seeing them ATL memes, right? Yeah,
Man, he posted a picture of
you know he
Tiny's
posted
botched body.
Tiny.
man.
He posted
Hey,
Tiny, and
hey,
then King Harris hopped
T.I.
on
son.
there
It's his
and
son. Yeah,
started
yeah,
talking.
yeah.
And that's why the
Talking about
memes started coming with
talking
the
about dig
thing.
up your dead mama.
Oh, yeah, wait,
Yeah, no,
wait.
he hit her.
Hey, so how do you go for what how do you go for? Do you attack the person or do you
Well,
start attacking
well.
a family? Like, come on now.
Well,
So this was
that's why he
this.
attacking the family, because he attacked their family. I mean, Tiny ain't had nothing to do with it. But my
Yeah,
thing is this didn't it start from a versus? This
it
Yeah,
is
did.
stupid.
yeah, yeah. Because
So
apparently
apparently,
50 and Ti
and T.I.
had
was supposed to do a
conversation,
versus. Yeah.
and 50 was
Quite
like,
frankly,
"Yeah,
and
I'm
see, this
down,
is how
cool,
you
cool,
know the
salute."
mentality. And here I'm hopping because I'm in the music. Y'all know how I'm roll. At the end of the day, and me coming from the era of battle rap,
Mhm.
okay, like versus is the glamorized version of battle rap. That's what it is. It ain't even rap. It's something that happened during COVID. Somebody said we should put this person against this
It's a
person. Da-da-da-da.
it's
Song
not
for song.
really. I wouldn't correlate it to like battle rap because yes, I
Well, yeah,
understand the
not battle
sentiment,
rap, but a
but
battle.
it's
Let's
more
see.
so celebrating each other's catalog
Yeah,
and
that's
see
that's
who's
Yeah,
how I
got
feel
like
well,
the
no,
better
too.
that's what
catalog,
it
right?
is now. It was a battle because think about it started in COVID when just like
Right.
this, how everybody was hopping on the artists would hop on Zoom. And
Mhm.
then it just got more professional by using a theater and a stage. And but before that, they were just doing it like this, and then people would talk about who won, who got
Yeah.
more
Mhm.
hits, who don't. But now it's just more like you're coming in an era where you're in the glamorized version of it.
Yeah.
You're just performing each of your catalogs. It's not even a battle anymore of any sense.
Yeah.
But my thing is, it's like I'm just saying, coming from how when you think about battle rap and how gritty it can get,
I think of Gucci and Jeezy.
you gotta just eat it. You gotta just eat it. You took a L, you gotta eat it. I didn't watch that particular verses, but all
You
I'm saying
didn't?
is, it's like, why
Oh,
are y'all getting personal? Do better music.
man, Gucci and
Hey,
Jeezy's was that was the closest thing to battle rap. Like Gucci went for the jugular,
Yeah.
and then in his book, he basically said that around that time he was going through like episodes and whatnot. So
Mm.
him coming out there
Yeah.
and basically talking about killing Jeezy's mans.
Oh,
but he was
Yeah,
schizo, right? He's schizo, right?
yeah,
who?
yeah. He's Gucci.
Who?
Not
Gucci.
Jeezy. Who am I thinking about? Gucci.
Gucci,
Gucci
Gucci,
schizo.
Gucci
Yeah,
Schizo? I mean,
yeah,
I
Yes.
hear
yeah,
voices.
yeah. Haven't you heard of his
Shit.
man? Read his book. He's got like 3 books out.
I ain't read none of the book. You've been telling me about it.
Yeah,
That Joe
man.
book. I read Jeezy's book. I read Jeezy's book.
Man, I read
I
all
still
of
got to
them.
read
So
Jeezy's book.
so Gucci's latest episode was what did he say, like 2-3 years ago? Whenever he
Yeah.
went on Twitter and just started like ranting and just like saying all sorts of stuff, like texting random people, "Yo, fuck you," this, that, and that.
Whoa.
Like he ruined his relationship with Gucci when he was going through his episode. He texted like the CEO, Gucci, "Yo, man, fuck you, this, that," and then the next
Whoa.
day he like Yo, oh my, like, I'm so sorry.
But see,
I
that's
was
why
going through some things.
his wife did the interview and said she had to step in
Yeah, his
heavily
wife
to
was
help with that.
clutch, and he ruined that
Uh-huh.
relationship. Gucci got a lot of things, like, going on, and that's why, like, he stopped drinking, he stopped smoking, everything.
Yeah,
He's just super clean now. But,
right.
yeah, listen to his book, man. He goes through everything.
That's bad, man. I mean,
So,
hey, we've been talking about mental health all day, you know? Damn, I did not know that,
that shit
man.
real. Man, Gucci's had ton of problems, ton of
That's
problems.
crazy, man. I remember my first track I heard from Gucci on one of them little Atlanta tracks. If you can't get right, I'ma show you how to hustle. Show you how to hustle. That's my favorite song, man. That's my favorite song with Gucci, man. That's my
Yo,
favorite.
man. So, I don't know if you listen to Free, I don't know if you listen to rappers, what you call it, biography, with, like, their books and
Mm.
stuff, but, like I was telling Maddox, my favorite, Fat Joe, is number 1, Cap King, but I love it because Fat Joe is such a storyteller. His book is
Mhm.
Mhm.
hilarious, right? And
Yeah.
then
For real?
number 2 is Gucci's first book. You listen to
Mm.
that, like,
Wow.
Gucci goes through his whole entire story from his beef with Jeezy, yup, in my white tee, all that, like he
Wow.
takes it way back to super fat Gucci, to how he got the ice cream cone on his face. He was going through an episode and he went to the tattoo parlor, was like,
Wow.
yo, I want an ice cream cone right there, big ass one. He's like, oh,
That's
you sure? He's like, yeah.
crazy.
And then he got it. And he's like, the next morning, I woke up like, yo, what the like, he ain't
You
know.
out of it. Man,
Yeah, I'm
listen,
I'm I'm
like
telling you,
I
man.
and even from speaking from the music side, because he's although I love that we have certain artists who like Gooch that come out, especially with his wife, who come out and start talking about
Beautiful,
that
man.
journey in the mental health era, because people look at musicians as like these these purity like people that
Yeah.
nothing can go wrong, that they're supposed to be perfect, and it's not the case.
Yeah.
They're human. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? They have mental
100%.
issues. They have, you know what I mean? Like look at Ray J.
Yeah,
What's going on with Ray J right now?
I'm sorry.
Rage
I don't mean to laugh, but Ray J has really I really used to respect that man, you know.
I
And I've
mean,
met and hung out with Ray J. But the thing is like I've seen him chill and I've seen him when he on go.
he's
You know what
on
I mean?
tilt. Yo, Ray J is good to go
But
viral
I
any
will
day.
say, I will say though, like because Brandy is my hero, so I've always indulged in the story behind her and her family and everything. And based on what I have learned through that, is that Ray J, he kind of just became, I don't want to say the term street kid because it wasn't street as much as he was just like Brandy was the rising star.
Mhm.
And so for Ray J, it was kind of just like the, hey, I'm the little brother and I feel neglected.
That I was
You
getting
know
ready to
what I
mention
mean?
that.
And so he kind of strayed, and Ray J's a smart ass, but he's made some smart and
Ray J's smart.
crazy business
Yeah.
ideas and things. So it's there, it's in him. But when you're have the access and you're indulging, and I'm a reality TV buff, don't get me wrong, but still, when Love and Hip Hop gets involved, you got stuff like that. It's not there to heal you. It's there for entertainment for other people. Your sorrow is entertainment for other people.
Yeah.
And I watch the shit, but still,
You
your
know,
sorrow is entertainment for other people. If there's no drama, you're not gonna last on the show.
that's yeah, that
But
what
to me, Ray J shouldn't be on a show like that because the shit that you come up with, especially when he came out with like the headphones, the scooty bikes, you're in the tech
Yeah.
world. He made a
yeah.
lot of money from that, and he should be walking straight.
What
So it
was it?
also makes me think about who are your friends?
Who the people you got in your
Who
circle?
do you got around you
And
letting
like
you do this shit?
because at some point, like when you hit a certain level, right, you have a responsibility to yourself, I feel, to put yourself around people who have your best interests, whether it's business, life, or all of the above, right? Don't get around, oh yeah, yeah, a bunch of yes men or yes women. Like that's not cool. Like, like you need to have people in your corner that's
Be right
gonna
back.
tell you, like, yo, this ain't what you should be doing, this ain't how you should be doing it. And like you said about Ray J, like Ray J, he's a smart man. He's gifted, especially in his business acumen. Oh my, Raycon Global, you mentioned the scooters, all that stuff, right? Like he had it. And then, he get on, you get the little wave, and maybe there is something going on up top. I don't know. Maybe there is some, insecurity between the
It
relationship with
definitely
him and
is,
his
and I feel
sister.
like it's dated. I feel like it's he should sit in with a therapist and let it take it back to
Yeah.
childhood from
Because like,
whatever if what I said and what I've read on about how he kind of strayed
huh?
into the world, while all the focus was on brand, like if that is true, then I
Yeah.
feel like he needs to sit with a therapist and address those traumas.
And address those traumas. Like, I'm a huge advocate for therapy. Of getting in those spaces. Therapy, you shouldn't be ashamed to sit down and want to talk to somebody about how you feel. You should never feel
Absolutely.
ashamed like
Pro
that.
therapy over here.
For sure, right? And I think like when people get like when you hit like a certain stature, it's like, man, I don't want people to think nothing bad about me, think
Yeah.
I'm crazy or this and that. And it's like, no, like just because you make a crap ton of money or your star power is brighter than a lot of other people, you still a human being. You still go through everyday problems that non-rich people go through, homeless people
Mhm.
go through, doctors, lawyers, Joe regular kid, regular
Yep.
people. You still have regular real world issues. Only difference is your bank account is just bigger than majority of ours, right? But you
Right.
still should take that time to get your mind together, because if you want to keep your brand booming, then you need to get that help. And it's okay to get
Mhm.
help. That's where a lot of people don't they don't really transition well in like life, if you will. They don't ask for
Right.
help enough, And I
100%.
wish like people would. Yeah, I'm a suspect of that too. Like I don't ask for a lot of help because
I think that
I got issues,
Mhm.
right?
I think that that's black folks in general, especially
I was
black
just about to say
men.
that. Yeah, that's a
Especially
black
black
issue. That's a
Yeah,
yeah.
we just it's
We
almost like
gotta
we're
clean it up.
yeah, it's almost
But
like we're
what
too proud. It's almost like we're too
is it a
good or we
black
just
issue though?
it
Is
is
it?
It
because
is. I mean, dated back
it
to our
is.
ancestors. It was always like you gotta keep it together. There's nothing wrong with us.
Yeah.
Society, white society, put it on us like we don't feel pain, and we were made to like when things like think about when you're a slave and the trauma that you're receiving, what people don't understand, and this has been scientifically studied and all the things, that trauma is genetic. So when you
Okay.
think about the tortures that our ancestors had coming here, going through slavery and all the things, it's embedded in our DNA just the same way racism is embedded to the white DNA.
Well, where is it
And
at a
so now
point
we have the traumas.
where is it at a point where we stop saying like ancestrally I have this trauma? Okay,
Now, when we're free enough to have access to mental health, this is where we step up and start figuring out how do we make it more available to the black communities. And this is where I come in honestly with my I'm not trying to plug in nothing, but I'm plugging. This is where frequency medicinals coming in because the legacy that I'm trying to build is to make mental health accessible to us
Okay.
because it's expensive. It is. Think about how, depending on how bad your traumas are. Like I've had the same therapist since 2021. That's because when I had my daughter, I didn't realize I had postpartum until 2 years later. She was two
Mm,
already. And first thing I did was say, you know what, I need a therapist. Had that same therapist, found the perfect one, and I ain't going nowhere else. Had the
Well,
same therapist up until now, but thankfully I had a therapist that was very flexible with me, but I didn't do as much therapy as I need to. Hence, a lot of times they'll say you need to start it weekly or bi-weekly, depending on your issues. That's $150 a week or a
mhm.
session, $150 an hour. Let's put it that way. So if you have
yeah.
therapy for a week, and that's another $150. What? Let's do the math. One, two, three, four. That's four,
That's
five,
600.
$600 a month. That's a car note. Folks out there that need cars. Do I get a car note so I can get to work or do I get therapy?
But like, so I hear that part, right? And I'm not being devil's advocate, but I'm just asking questions. If you don't have the access to a therapist, right? The people that you call your community, your tribe, are you opening your door to be able to listen? Hey, yo, my friend or such and such is going through. let me be a channel for you to vent to talk to, and maybe we can work some things out until you get to a space where you can get into a room. Because I
If
feel
it's
like
available.
I
It's
feel
available,
If you
but
like
can be that person.
I don't think
Everybody
that
can't be that. I can be that because of how my mind is, but everybody doesn't know how to operate as a personal therapist. And even still, like
not
I'm a like for instance, okay, when I was going through things in my last relationship, it's so funny because people talk about women having male friends, right? I spoke with my female friends about it, and it was like, "Girl, leave his ass." And I'm like, "I hear you, but can I get some sound advice?" And I talked to a male friend, and they're like, "Listen, trust yourself. Everybody don't have that friend that they can
Mhm.
call. Some people are just like, you going through something, or let's pop a bottle. That's not going to help solve the problems. That's just going to numb the pain.
pop
So
a bottle.
everybody don't have that. So although I very much agree with that, if you have that friend, but everybody, and even still, it's not fair to put all that pressure on that friend if they're not a licensed psychologist.
right.
I
I
wasn't
feel
I
like
wasn't well, go ahead, man.
no, I understand. I just feel like you need someone who is impartial to what you're going through on both sides because you need someone who doesn't know you personally. You need someone who knows absolutely nothing about you that can come in with a clear mind as Switzerland, and kind of give you
Mhm.
straight advice versus trying to tell you something to whether it's to spare your feelings or to make you feel good or to humor you or whatever it may be. And you don't, and not everybody has those type of friends who can sit there and be like, you know what, I'm gonna give you this advice, not because you're my friend, but because you need it.
Right.
I'm not coming from a space where like, yo, you need to lean on your friends like wholeheartedly for that. But how it's like when people be like, yo, just call and just check on somebody, man. Just check on somebody.
Yeah.
That's where I'm kind of coming from until they get to that space where, yeah, I need to. Cause going to a therapist, that's a big step, for a lot of people. That's a big step. Trying to go and seek somebody for professional help because it's always that internal conversation. Is something wrong with me? Why do I need to go see somebody? You know what I'm saying?
I think that not to plug in Charlamagne the God's book, but that's going to be one of my put ons. But he talks about mental health. He's really big on like therapy and everything. And I think he has like 3 daughters. And he's
Mhm.
like, I don't want any guy with my daughter if they haven't worked on themselves first. I need you to be in therapy.
That's fair. Like, I mean,
Right. Because
today's world, shit.
because I don't want you bringing your trauma onto my daughters.
Right.
So it's
Or
it's like,
I want you to bring as little trauma into my daughter's world as possible. You know, that I can
yeah.
see that. Yeah.
But it's like most men our age, younger, are thinking, "Oh, I need to go to therapy before I, go find my woman or before I go start dating or whatever." It's like, "What? No."
20 year, I feel like in 20 years from now, that'll be a a conversation that's like freely had. I really
100%.
feel like
Because
men will be
it's
like,
getting better and better now.
Yes,
Now
yes,
that black men are openly speaking about it, like
mhm,
they're going to therapy, they're doing all these different things.
yeah.
Because 5, 10 years ago, therapy, what? Psh, nah.
Nigga, I ain't crazy. The fuck?
Right.
I ain't got no issue. Nigga, I just go talk to my boys. I just go slap a motherfucker. I go play video
Exactly.
games to shoot out my problem. That was me.
Wow.
That was
Jesus.
me. I jump on Grand Theft Auto. I'm a Rockstar fan. I get off work. Hey man, let me go shoot somebody real quick. Yeah.
Let me go
I'm
shoot
talking
somebody.
about the video game, people. I'm talking
Yes,
about
a
the
video
video
game.
game. But no, seriously, like, yeah, I feel like,
Oh, side
here
note, sorry, side note,
what?
because there was this 16-year-old kid. He was at his house playing Call of Duty, I think, and he butt down the cops. And he's like, "Oh, I just killed 2 people."
Oh, yo, yo,
Pulled up to his house with guns. Step out, step out. He's like,
yo,
I was playing the game. I didn't.
yo,
Yeah,
check this out, right? And then, we gonna move
we gonna
on.
wrap it up, man.
Yeah, my nephew. I love my nephew to death, man. He's 8 years old, and my younger brother was watching him, but he plays this video game. I don't know if it was Roblox or something, but he was screaming
That'd be
out.
the one.
He was screaming out, help me, somebody come and help me, save me." And he on he got the head, he got he a
Right, right,
gamer,
Yeah.
right.
right? He a gamer. And so I guess a neighbor heard this going on where my sister lives, and they called the police. And my brother supposed to have been watching my nephew. They live. My brother lives like 3 floors down. Right? They live in this little loft area. Right? And so he decides to go upstairs or whatever to his apartment to do whatever, and left my nephew by himself. And he's screaming, "Help me, help me!" So police come knocking on the door. I mean, they beating. And my nephew, he was like, "Oh, let me go answer the door." He goes to the door. There's 2 cops at the door. And he's like, "Am I in trouble?" 8 years
Right.
old. So he's
That
like,
that's
he's like,
crazy.
he's retelling the story. He's like, "Yo, where's your mom? We heard that some help, somebody's screaming out." And he's like, "Well," and then my brother comes, like, "Oh, hey, I just went upstairs because it's kind of like, oh, this kid at home by himself. I
Right,
just went
right.
upstairs to get the laundry to change the laundry. I'm washing at such and such house, right?" So my sister gets a call, and she's out with my mom somewhere at Walmart or somewhere, right? And she's like, "Am I gonna be in trouble?" And they got child services, or what is it, CPS, child protective services, or
Yep.
whatever it's called, with them, because the neighbors was like, "There's a kid screaming, 'Help me, help me.'" So they about to send my sister to jail, because like, "Yo, this kid is at home by
By
himself
itself, it's only
screaming
8.
out, 'Help me, help me.'" Like, what the hell is going on? And I'm like, "Oh." So my sister, being a
No.
parent, she's like, "I'm gonna whip you out, blah blah." He like, "Well, I'm in trouble. The police came messing with me. I ain't did."
Police can't mess with me. That's funny.
So I'm like, "Yeah." So that was some funny stuff, man. But kids, man, I tell you. But anyway, yo, this was an amazing conversation. We touched on a lot of different stuff.
Yep.
Mhm.
I'm really proud of this platform. I'm really thankful for you both. And this is what Control Shift C is about. Anything y'all want to add, man, before we close it out, man?
For
Man,
sure.
look, it's
Are we doing our put-ons?
Sure. Wait, put on.
So, in honor of Black History Month, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this one out there. Me, in honor of Black History Month, because this is something I just learned about today, and I didn't have full knowledge of it. However, I know we talk about our Black true crime. Another Black true crime platform that I listen to is literally called that Black True Crime, and I listened to an episode. I think it was released on Valentine's Day, and it was titled "Mothers of Gynecology." So we all know about the white men who created gynecology, which they're in real life, much like everything else, there's always Black folks behind it. Okay. And so there are 3 women, 3 prominent women who went through so much with light of their childbirth that led them to become the mothers of gynecology. And a lot of the things that we have today in that world as women and in health is we can thank them for it. So that's my Black history,
All right.
and make sure y'all check that out. So,
All right,
but yeah.
man.
all right. Put on. Since we're talking about mental health this episode, I want to throw y'all some books that I've read that I think that really help with just mental health. First one is Charlemagne's book, Shook One. That's his very first book. It talks about his mental health struggles and everything and how he started getting therapy and whatnot. Second one is Gucci Mane's book, Episodes. That one just
Okay.
dropped actually like a few
Mm.
months ago. It talks
Mm.
about, his schizophrenia and everything and him going through episodes every time he had like a rant or whatever it may be. And it took his wife basically to kind of wrangle him in. And I mean, he goes through deep, like deep stories to where he was in the bathroom taking a shower and he was like butt ass naked and he came out, freaking out and whatnot, and she had to come in and get his bodyguards like wrangle him in and basically throw him in the truck to take him
What?
to like a psych ward or whatever or a mental hospital. Crazy, right?
Wow.
So those two, and then the last one I'm gonna leave you with is Will Smith's book. Will
Yeah.
Smith's book is
Will.
yeah, Will, you need to read that one.
I got
That
it.
one is that one's a very good one just because he talks about having all the success in the world, the accolades in the world, but he's still not
Uh-huh.
happy. All the
Still not
money in the
happy.
world, he's still not happy. So he talks about going off, I think to the Bahamas or something like that. He didn't tell nobody where he went.
Mhm.
Was it was one of his family members' husband that he had just met, and they basically took a jet, flew to the Bahamas, was out there for like a week. No one knew where he was. He turned his phone off just to go and like find himself.
Mm.
And
Wow.
wanted no security, no nothing. He just like, yo, take me through your country. I don't want this security around. I don't want anybody to know where I'm at. I just want to be a regular guy. So he was going through all these places, door, just a regular guy, right? So just like to find himself. So those 3 books are super dope. I mean, I've got a ton more that I listen to on a daily, but those 3 right there will really like
Yeah.
help you kind of see things in a different perspective.
Mm.
No, well, I guess, I wasn't even gonna say nothing, but I have since we talking about books, you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
I met this woman when I was in Colombia. Was it last year? Yeah, last year. She's an author. Her name is Crystal A. Hughes, and she's got 2 books out already. This is her second book. It's called Built for It, and it's the healing journey, right? So she's like a clinical psychologist or something like that. Black woman, since Black History Month, plug that in. Black woman, and she really knows her stuff, and she goes through and he talks about mental health. And I actually got the book. I bought it on Kindle, right? Yeah, Kindle's still around. And it just goes in to discuss, different levels of mental health. And it's a really good read to like kind of like break things down. And you can kind of put yourself in the mix and the stuff and all that. But again, her name is Crystal A. Hughes. If she's listening, hope she is.
yeah, shit with it.
Built for It, The Healing Journey. This is her second book. You can get it on Amazon. I didn't read the first book. I got hipped on the second book directly from her. She's a really good person, and the book speaks for itself. So she's been through a lot, and she's got stories in there to tell as well. And some of those stories in there, you as male or female could probably relate to. So that's my put you on for the day. All
Yeah, yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So again, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. This is episode 1. Again, I'm your host, Maddox Sullivan. You can catch us on YouTube. We're dropping every Thursday. This will also be, that platform. Instagram, Maddox_Sullivan. Obviously, for Control Shift C in the handle, Control Shift C Pod on Twitter and TikTok. I got Frequency Chemist right there. You see her. She's all things artistry, all things medicinal, and she got a bunch of other titles too. Look
Yeah.
her
The
up, man.
frequency chemist everywhere. You just the frequency chemist on all socials and everything.
Then my best man, City at Oscar Megano. He can,
Yeah, yeah,
put
yeah.
you on a lot of different things as well. Real estate, finances, music, management. He's got it all too.
Yep, entrepreneurship, credit, anything that y'all wanna know, man, just holla at your boy.
Yeah, so check us out. And yeah, man, we look forward to seeing y'all every week, every Thursday. Tap in, like, subscribe, share, you name it, everything from YouTube all the way to TikTok, Instagram, X. We are there. Find us, like us, follow us, do all the above.
Yeah, and also, if you have any information about anything that we spoke about with the mental health, reach out to us,
Mm,
educate us,
Please do, because this is a
because
learning
we'll
space.
exactly.
absolutely, absolutely. Well, with that said, man, peace and love, and I catch y'all next week.
Peace.
Love you.